Okay, so a lot of tests this week. Tests about my past, people from my past coming back, friends and family, but still speaking the same old labels. The same old, you're hurting me because you set a boundary, and you need to release those boundaries. I have a right to you. People shaming and condemning. You got my order wrong. Um, and I had to decide in that moment whether I was going to make agreements with it, like in the past, and wrestle with it until I made an agreement with it, and then I let it just keep me in bondage and, you know, this fear of abandonment and rejection kind of bondage. But God told me, no, we don't agree with that. And so I was able to recognize that and go pray about it and let it go. And there's forgiveness in that, but it doesn't mean that I have to. There's total forgiveness and grace. I still love them, still have ultimate compassion and want reconciliation. But I'm not going to walk in people adding labels to me anymore, condemning me anymore. Relationships are supposed to be there to be a life spring to each other, to build you closer to God, not bring you further apart and put you back in bondage. There's also confirmation about things God told me at the beginning of the year that you don't know what those people are saying behind your back. And I think you need to separate a little bit from them. And so there was some apologies made this week and things that they admitted saying and walking in. And God had already shown me, so I had already forgiven. And once that reconciliation happens, you're able to be a vessel to them and to you. It's both. It's a life spring. It's like a water cycle, giving back and forth. But their heart has to be ready in humility to a place to be like, hey, I'm seeing that this was wrong, and I don't want to walk in labeling you anymore. And then there's that reconciliation. So sometimes God might call you out of relationships. He says in his word that a prophet is least respected in his hometown. I'll put it in the description box. But sometimes your friends and family that you're doing life with, God's calling you to new friends and family so that you can be like a water cycle or a life spring, so you can pump into them and they can pump into you, and not you just pouring out your cup for everybody. You can't fill people. Only God can fill people. Hope this helps somebody.